Rock Hill, South Carolina, please help me in welcoming to the squared circle, Kedra Bradley.
This should be a great fight. Rematch.
What do you know about Kendra? I'm not sure if I'm as familiar with her.
Sure, she trains out of Danville, Virginia with Mark Cluck, great coach. He actually prepared me for one of my Showtime fights.
Okay.
Taylor 2 actually went on to become super middleweight world champion by beating James DeGaulle in the UK. I know she's been tasked with being a sparring partner for Britton Hart. And Britton, who I trained in the beginning of her career, she went on and moved on to other trainers, but has had amazing success. She's faced several world champions in boxing. She has, I believe, a 4-4 record in that. But she most famously beat Paige Van Zandt on the bare knuckle fighting in the bare knuckle fighting league. So, you know, she's one of those types like Bryce or Deonda who's had great sparring.
Now making her way to the Southpaw Promotions Squared Circle, Rock Hill, welcome, Ashley Sciscente.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right.
On time.
It's tricky.
I'm actually surprised Marcus isn't here. It may be possible that she switched trainers since the beginning of her career, or maybe Marcus is in camp with someone else. But you know, I'm not aware of why he's not present in her corner.
Southpaw Promotions brings fight fans 6 action-packed rounds for the vacant United States Boxing Federation Women's Super Flyweight Championship. This event is sanctioned by the South Carolina Athletic Commission, and your supervisor in attendance for the USBF, Mr. Damian Can. Your referee at the sound of the bell, Mr. Wayne Spinola. Now, let's meet the fighters. Introducing first out of the red corner. She comes into this contest at 114.9 pounds and wears the maroon trunks with gold trim. Her professional boxing record consists of 1 win opposite 3 defeats. That 1 victory came by way of big knockout. Hailing from Danville, Virginia, fight fans, introducing Kedra Chica Bradley. And her adversary opposite across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. This fighter weighed in at an even 115 pounds and wears the red and black gladiator-style trunks. Her record, a perfect one. 4 wins, 0 defeats. 2 of those victories came by way of thrilling knockouts. Hailing from Charlotte, North Carolina, introducing Ashley, the Queen City Diva, Sciscente.
Right? I want to get to my inside. I want to work my inside.
Tune out. Step back.
You got to get contact first.
This is going to be a competitive bout, and that's probably why she has so many fans, because she takes tough competitive bouts to give people their money's worth.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Round number 1.
First. Keep your head moving. Beautiful, beautiful. Lie to her. There you go. Body. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Nice body. I hear Coach saying lie to her. I like that. You know, she's giving a lot of feints, so she doesn't know exactly where she's coming in from. I like seeing a lot of feints at the 4- and 6-round level. That's something a lot of fighters don't develop until later in their careers.
Cross your chest. Step body.
One more cut.
Lie to her. There you go. You got to throw something down there.
I tell you, Ashley's hard to hit too, man. She, Kendra hasn't thrown a lot tonight, but Ashley's got a lot of head movement there. She's definitely doesn't present an easy target at all. Lots of movement, and it looks like in the footwork as well as the head movements.
Doing a great job changing levels. He's just trying to establish that nice long jab, trying to keep her turning, constantly going to her left.
Body.
And then me and looked at each other.
Body.
And we're like,
Body. Under that.
Yeah, Ashley's corner is telling her to go to the body a little more. Got 10 seconds left in the opening round.
Got a nice right hand by Kedra.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times you'll see one fighter go to the body and then the other fighter will remember to go to the body. I would like to see, Kedra here kind of take a page out of Ashley's book. You know, she's establishing that jab great, but she's not using a lot of feints like Ashley's doing. I feel like she'd have a lot more success if she would use some front foot feints prior to throwing that jab out there. Every time her first move is always a punch. And I think that's helping Ashley a lot with the timing of her head movement.
It would seem to me, I didn't see it on the monitor when they first started that Kendra's got a little bit of a reach advantage. So I didn't notice her, really active that first round. She threw a little bit, but I would imagine, if you're her corner, what do you tell her?
I would just tell her to use more feints to help her be more effective with the jab. She's definitely got a nice long jab. It looks good, but she's not using a lot of feints, a lot of front foot movement to trick her up. Well, see, she's coming out with a little more shoulder movement now. Maybe she's kind of taking the page, like I said, from Ashley. It's been so successful being used against her.
Right.
Look at that chin. Look at that chin. Body.
And Ashley once again doubling up on that jab to try to get that straight hand, the right hand to sneak through. And like you were talking about before, using her foot movement to cut off the ring and not chase her around, and seems to be doing a pretty decent job of that.
It's hard to put a lot of physical pressure on, especially since women's boxing is still 2-minute rounds in most places. I think most women would prefer it get switched to 3 minutes. So hopefully they go ahead and make that adjustment sometime soon.
Step around that jab. Step around. There you go. Run him down the middle. Run him down the middle. Run him down the middle. Fast hand. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And once again, Ashley throwing the double. Goes downstairs to the body with the jab back up top.
Clean up. Both hands. Guard up. High guard. High guard. Both hands. Beautiful.
stop, break clean, stop. Careful, guys, watch your heads, watch your heads. Here we go, box.
It's got to give her credit for that punch.
Yeah.
Even if it didn't hurt her, it did cause her to stumble. Kedra's just opening up her arms and just hugging her. It's very strange to see her switch to that all of a sudden. Maybe she's got an injury or she's getting very fatigued. Strange to see her switch into that very aggressive attempt to clinch.
Yeah, made it through two. And like they were doing before, Ashley's round is selling a lot to her. Here we go with a little bit of footage from round two. Ashley again with the doubling up on the jab, trying to sneak those through and set up a right hand. And, I actually missed what made what made Kendra almost go down, but it was a looping right hand that didn't.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely slipped a lot, but I mean, I think they might have had to give her the credit for that.
We're about working hard, teamwork, accountability, integrity, and community. We are family built and we're locally owned. We are Comer Distributing.
Kendra's already standing up ready to go for this round number 3. Has to back up off the stool and get ready for round number 3 of a possible 6.
She's giving a tough account of herself, but she's down probably 2-0 on most of these scorecards. So she's going to have to really start establishing that jab and stop letting Ashley just walk straight in the front door.
Yeah. And Ashley tried to work herself inside, but she paid for it a little bit. The Kendra doubled her up with a couple shots upstairs.
Yeah, I don't think Ashley should try to turn it into a brawl quite yet. I think she needs to keep taking the starch out of Kedra nice and slow and methodical like she's been doing. She's had so much success so far.
Push it, bro. Push it, bro. Stick. Body. Stick clear out to the body.
He's just having a lot more success when this fight is chaotic like that.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. 0. 0 up the block. She shot it low. She's tired. She's tired. Down the middle. Pressure. High guard.
It looks like too because Kendra's so long. Ashley, some of the time she's having an issue trying to find her range. She's throwing some of her punches in short and trying to work herself inside. But a few times she's tried to get in there and she's paid for it. Trying to get inside so she can.
Yeah, but you just don't want to stay there too long. It's like I told Deonda earlier in his fight. She's got 4 more rounds. She doesn't got to do it all right now.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that body. She's tired. Look at that body. She's tired, Ash. Lie to her. There you go. Lie to her. Body. Beautiful.
Ashley with the double. The right hand downstairs.
Watch your chest. Beautiful. There you go.
Kendra responds with a right hand that connects upstairs. Once again, throws another one.
Right over here.
Bad headbutt.
Timeout. Looks like it might have been a headbutt.
Doc. Where is it?
I don't see any cuts.
Accidental headbutt. My time. You okay? Where'd it get you? Okay, you okay? Yeah, you got nothing. Now I got the doctor.
Yeah, I didn't see one either, but it looked like the doctor's coming in.
You got pretty good.
Coming in to check to see if
I think
everybody's okay.
Kedra got the worst of it.
Real good? Okay. All right. You okay? You want to keep going? Yeah, okay. All right. Ready?
Yeah, the ringside doctor comes in and gives Kendra a check. She says she's good to go.
No, it was just
into round number 3.
He ruled it
That was probably Bradley's best round of the fight, I would think. I'm still not sure that the judges would have gave it to her, but early in the round, a fight kind of broke out. She seemed really physically strong, and she caught Ashley with some shots, but Ashley slowed it back down, started using her feints more and going to the body. So I think she probably edged the round out, but I would caution Ashley not to get too greedy too early. She's taking the starch out of her nice and slow. She doesn't have to knock her out next round or the round after that. She's got 3 more rounds, so I'd like to see her manage her risk at this point in the fight. Me personally, but her coach seems to think that she's going to be able to stop her pretty quick, and he knows his fighter better, so maybe he's right.
Yeah. And you being more knowledgeable than myself from what I see, I would agree with that 100%. At the time, to the points that she might have rushed a little bit or tried to get inside, she paid for it. Trying to get in there. So.
Beautiful.
And Ashley's corner still telling her to lie to her.
I really like that terminology. I might have to start using it myself in my fights.
That's a good lie to her.
There you go. Press the button. Lie to her.
Kendra tries to go downstairs and gets Ashley in the clinch. Ref steps in to break up the action.
Box.
He gives a warning to Kendra. I don't know exactly what it was. Actually sneaks in a straight right and connects. Kendra tries to respond with the right upstairs, but she misses on that. Utilizes his jab a little bit.
Release her. Here's the
That was
free.
a
Release
big
her.
right hand. I mean, she stymied it. She blocked it and smothered it, but just don't want to run into that and get hit clean with it.
Depending upon if the fight would get stopped because of later on, depending upon what round they stop them, as to target will be handled.
Matt was able to touch her with that straight right. And Kendra tried to respond and ended up wrapping her up.
Kedra wants to stay there after she punches, so
Here's the free. Release
the
her.
angle of
Release her.
punches, she's taking it away from her. Kedra wants a fight to break out. She wants to be in the trenches.
Stop. Quickly back up. Watch your head.
The
Both
coach
of you.
saying angle out. That means cut a sharp angle one way or the other instead of backing straight out.
Right.
That way you smother whichever hand you move towards.
I got it.
That was another great round by Ashley. But Kedra's
The Army
very
National
game.
Guard's Marine is designed to provide Marines with the opportunity to continue their service. The program's career counselors are all former active duty Marines and will tell you about all the benefits of the Army National Guard available to you.
Even though it's a part-time service, you can get full-time opportunities. There's just so much about the National Guard that goes above and beyond that creates opportunities.
Learn more by reaching out to a Marine to Guard career counselor or visit nationalguard.com/M2G.
Thanks to all of you. If you're listening and that group includes you, thank you for your love for this country. We appreciate it.
Round number 5 of a scheduled 6. And one of these ladies are going home a champion.
Come around with that jab. Behind your stick. Behind your stick.
Now Kendra's just throwing that left out there a little bit, trying to establish a little bit of range. Gets downstairs to the body.
Stick, stick. Stick, stick. Beautiful. Tight guard, tight guard, tight guard. Beautiful.
Back up. Box.
Beautiful. And tight guard, tight guard. Half step. Half step.
Ashley still utilizing her head movement. She likes to throw that double out there a lot. That double jab.
She's getting real predictable. She needs to mix it up a little bit. You're referring to Kedra's double jab, aren't you? I mean, Ashley's using her double jab greatly to blind her on the way in, but Kedra's just kind of floating the double jab out there repeatedly and just not changing the pacing of it up. But Ashley's using a double jab great on the way in to just blind her opponent, not necessarily hit her with it, so she can go underneath. She's stabbing her with great right hands underneath.
Stay in, don't pull out. Hang it out.
Leading with your head.
Down the middle. Beautiful.
I mean, now you see, these exchanges earlier in the fight where you feel like Kedra may have had the advantage, and you just don't necessarily feel that way anymore watching it. So, Ashley's really started to break her down.
Beautiful. Three. Beautiful.
So unlike some of the earlier fights we had where they were like a minute
What a thrill.
change, the last couple have gone the distance. So we got round number 6 coming up between Ashley and Kendra.
Glory. It is now that we are entering this 6th and final round, the championship round. This is what it's all about, Rock Hill, and you, the fight fan, could be the one that makes the absolute difference in the outcome of this championship bout. So as these two women step into the squared circle and go center ring for this championship round. Let them know that you came to see them and make that noise, Rock Hill. Here we go on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Come up. Step back. Here we go. Box.
All right, here we go for the 6th and final round. Both fighters coming out, tap gloves, showing respect before they get back to the business.
As you said earlier, the fights have certainly improved starting with this last fight. The fights have been a lot better since that point in the card. Kedra's not here to go quietly into the night. She's trying to set something up with that awkward movement.
Yes! Yes! Clean up! Down the middle.
Yeah, it looks like Kendra might have connected with the right hand and hit her in the back of the ear with that right hand. Ashley still standing there. Tough. And I was just going to comment on Ashley seems to have been the aggressor for the majority of the fight, and her corners yelling for her to be first, be first, be first.
Tighten the guard up, tighten the guard up. Tighten the beautiful, tighten the guard up. I like. Tighten the guard up. Tighten the guard. There you go.
And Kedra is a warrior, you know, to lose potentially all the rounds thus far and then land her best combinations of the fight earlier this round. You know, it's hard to, to have that fire in your belly like she does. Like I said, she's giving a great account of herself.
Tighten the guard up. Keep going forward. Beautiful. Keep going forward. Keep the pressure. Keep that pressure. Keep going forward. Keep going forward. Tighten the guard up. There you go. Over top. Over top.
And Ashley again, but I tell you, she's hard to hit. When you're throwing those jabs and she's missing. 10 seconds left in the 6th and final round. Ashley wants to get back on the tap, throws that double to straight right hand. There it is.
Are you selling a home and looking for a realtor that brings a unique perspective to real estate? Contact Russell, a former combat medic and trauma critical care nurse. Isn't it time to work with someone who can bring a knockout experience when selling your home? Contact Russell today for your free home valuation.
We understand an upside-down world. We understand a rogue virus, zero jobs, and stratospheric tuition. But they're writing us off before we get to the starting line. A stalled generation? Not so fast. Who do you think is gonna fix all this? We will. We will because our future is the future. Because the life we have chosen has prepared us for this moment in history. So we're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We're going to do all this and more because we have an appointment with destiny. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Yeah, you know, I don't know much about Coy Lambert.
I know Coy also. He had one of my fighters who actually tragically passed away.
Oh, wow.
Chauncey Fields, who I believe they fought maybe Chauncey's second and third fight, once in South Carolina and once in northern North Carolina, and they both fights were split decisions.
Wow.
Coy's going to bring a lot of pressure and throw a lot of punches. Obviously, Mike being 50 or older, that pressure could take a toll. But like I said earlier, man, Mike is a fan favorite here. He doesn't have to have a fight like this, and he chose to anyway. He doesn't even have to fight, to be honest. But,
right.
He wants to give the people the money's worth. And, anybody that steps in the ring that wants to take a risk, I always appreciate that. I don't like seeing these fighters that don't take a risk. And this is a big risk for Mike. And I'm very excited to call the fight. And, may the best man win.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously I'm a little biased. Mike's my guy. Having worked with him, and He's my brother, man. He's like
It's hard
family
not
to
to
me.
like Mike. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm a little biased too.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. I love him. I can't hide the fact that that's my guy. But yeah, hats off to him. He and I are close in age. I mean, I think Mike may be a year older than me, and I couldn't imagine, at 51, 52 years old, doing what he's doing. I can't imagine it. The focus and the conditioning and the training and all the time he puts in. I mean, this man, has a full-time job, and he also serves in the military, and then he runs his boxing camp, St. Michael's as well, and puts his heart and soul into that, and the kids and the people that come to the gym. He's just an incredible guy, and just to be able to fight at this level, regardless of his age, but to be, in his 50s is impressive.
Oh yeah, I mean we've seen younger guys on the card. They're not taking the types of risks that Mike is in this fight. So, I can really appreciate that.
Yeah, he's pretty funny too. He's quite the humble guy. One of his fights that I got a chance to call, I'm not sure if it was the last one, it might have been the first one when he came back maybe some months ago, and he kept telling me, he said, man, this guy's the real deal. I might be in trouble. I said, Mike, stop. He's like, no, this guy's the real deal. But fortunately for Mike that time around, he ended up on top, and he did so pretty quickly. So I'm always impressed by him. He says, now Mike could tell you if you ask him that he's the greatest man alive. I tell him that ain't true, but he says that he is. We go to war over that all the time. Mike.
So I think he's got the power advantage against Lambert. They always say the power is the last thing to leave.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of battle, we do go to the judges' scorecards. Mr. Pedro Claudio sees the contest 57-57. Mr. Harold Hunt scores the bout 59-55. And the third and final judge, Miss Nikki Messer, sees the contest 58-56. Hold your winner by majority decision. And the new United States Boxing Federation Women's Super Flyweight Champion, Ashley, the Queen City Diva, Sciscente.
I'm honestly shocked. Kedra had 2 very competitive rounds. I could see maybe both of those swing rounds going to her. But I don't see how they can score the draw. That's always a problem that plagues boxing. Not sure who that judge was or what they were watching.
Yeah, right.
Ashley, congratulations. What a thrilling victory here in Rock Hill. You put on such a show for these fight fans in this rematch against Kedra Bradley. And you walk away the crowned USBF champion. What thoughts are going through your head this evening as you look at your fans in attendance and those watching worldwide? What would you like to say to them?
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I just want to say thank you to everybody that came out to support me. I really appreciate y'all, everyone, family, friends watching at home. I love y'all. Dime fan, where my Dime fam at? My coaches, y'all already know how I feel about y'all. Southpaw, I appreciate this opportunity. I'm just excited.
Was there any doubt in your mind over the 6 rounds that you were not in control? The strategy that you had initially heading into this contest, did you stick with it, or did you have to make any adjustments along the way as the rounds went on?
No, I think we prepared pretty well for it. We did fight her once before, so we were ready for it. All 6 rounds I felt in control.
Well, it was an absolute great way to end your year of 2021. And Ashley, we look forward to seeing you in 2022. Rock Hill, South Carolina, one more time, your winner, Ashley, the Queen City Diva, Sciscente.